Well, good Sunday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up the football gods. Man, I tell you, it has been going on almost 2 weeks of me not being here in my man cave. I have truly missed being here, but I am on a mission to get that red brick house done, up and running well before the football season gets here. And it has been rewarding in so many ways. But, you know, unfortunately in life, there's only so much time that you can spend doing the things that you love or things that you've got to do. And one of the things that I really love doing is just being here and covering the Cowboys. Fortunately, right now is that dead time. Right now is the calm before the storm. Right now, we've got a little over 2 weeks left before training camp opens up. And you can best believe I will be doing everything to be ready once training camp starts on the 25th. And I'm so excited because I'm tired of all of the mindless bullshit that's out there, the fake reports, because I kind of got sucked into one myself. Fake Twitter report of Jalen Hurts saying that he models his game after Dak Prescott and yada, 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 whatever. You know, there's a lot of misinformation and stuff out there, and I should have double-checked it myself beforehand, but hey, that happens. And if I'm the only person that's ever forwarded information that was wrong, well, then I would say that you're a liar, because I think everybody gets caught up in so much misinformation. It's hard to know one thing from another. So as we get ready to start the 2023 season, as we hold our breath and pray that nothing happens with our players, that none of them get injured, you know, slicing a bagel, that they slice their hand open, or that they try and catch their cell phone as they're walking around the pool and end up messing up their elbow, or they're in a bar fight, you know, with the police and get arrested, that nothing happens with your guys to mess up, because it is the last 2.5 weeks before training camp, where their life is no longer their own. It is all football 24/7. And that's where you say, you know, hey, let's go ahead and have one more party before this. No, okay, don't. Now I sit here and I say, I forgot some of the things that I missed. You know, for example, seeing the 5 Super Bowl trophies of the Cowboys, and seeing that one of the Eagles. Yeah, I've missed that. Missed seeing my man Joe Boo and all that hair and stuff, and sitting behind the desk and all the controls and all the bells and whistles, and not seeing a cloud of dust and everything else. It's good to be back here. At the end of this month, the end of July, during training camp, it will be Dakota Rain Prescott's birthday, his 30th birthday, as he enters his 8th season in the NFL. It enters with a sense of urgency. Speaking to Nick Eatman, who was asked about looking back at his career so far, and if there's an emphasis on the season, Dak Prescott says 1,000%. Just understanding injuries and what I've been through in my career, and understanding that you don't have forever to play the game, I'm blessed for every moment that I get, just trying to take it with a sense of urgency. He also spoke about the transition of being a young player to a true veteran, knowing that I'm an old guy, and understand he is the longest tenured quarterback with the same team in the NFC. Going into year 8, seeing some of the young guys, some of the rookies, and seeing the difference in 8 years. It's fun and challenging at times, knowing that I stay connected and stay in the now and what's cool and whatnot. But this game is beautiful. It doesn't matter how old you are, because you played this game like a kid. And so, you know, Dak gets trashed and scrutinized. No matter what happens with Dak Prescott, they're always going to find a reason to say he sucks. He sucks. He's not the guy. You know, Joy Taylor basically saying he doesn't have the ability to win a Super Bowl. You get Shady talking about ass. And that's kind of crazy because when you think of Dak Prescott, who has a 61-36 record, 61 wins and 36 losses to his name, hasn't had a losing season, two-time Pro Bowler, and almost 25,000 yards passing. If he plays 2 more seasons, he will own pretty much every Dallas Cowboys record. And we've gone through an evolution of he's a dink and dunker, dinking and dunking down the field. Well, isn't the name of the game winning? Because they were winning doing that. Then it went to empty calories. You know, yeah, he's scoring a whole lot of points, but they're empty calories. They don't count. Okay, so those don't count. Then it was, well, Amari Cooper made him great. Now it's the interceptions. The thing that's crazy is all of these things that they use to go against him, still got a winning record. Not just winning, almost doubling the amount of losses. It's funny how they focus in on interceptions. Dak Prescott, is it an article the other day? Is it in Dak Prescott's DNA to throw interceptions? He had 17 in one season. You know, Brett Favre had 29 a couple times. Peyton Manning's had over 20. 1 year coming back with a broken thumb. But amazingly enough, they don't put an asterisk with that and say, with those interceptions, highest scoring offense in the NFL. They don't do that. But it is what it is. In the meantime, Dak Prescott recognizes that you only have so many hits in your body. My hope is, and I believe that the Cowboys have realized this and are trying to do everything in their power to make this different, that we're not seeing Tony Romo 2.0, where Tony Romo had the ability to win the Super Bowl. We just did not have the teams around him to be able to. And make no mistake about it, you know, everybody, Pat Mahomes is an incredible quarterback. He's incredible. But Pat Mahomes by himself is not enough to win the Super Bowl. He's got one of the best head coaches and offensive minds in the history of football in Andy Reid. He's got the best tight end by far. He's had some of the most incredible weapons like Tyreek Hill. He's got a great offensive line. He's got a really good defense. And with his abilities on top of it, of course they're winning Super Bowls, but they don't win it every year. And we've seen teams that have gone out and had incredible talent and things. To win a Super Bowl, there's only been 56 of them. 56. It's hard. The Cowboys in the past, we've had great offenses but didn't have the defense, or we've had great quarterback play but didn't have the players around them, the offensive line. And we let Tony Romo get beat down. The worry I have right now for the Cowboys in the season, it's not Dak Prescott's ability. I worry about the offensive line falling apart. We keep relying on Tyron Smith, who, when he's healthy, is one of the best left tackles in football. But our problem has been every year we're rolling the dice and saying, well, this year he's going to be healthy again. This year he's going to be healthy again. And it seems like he still breaks down. And unfortunately, if we're looking at him being the left tackle and Tyler Smith being the guard, hey, if that combination stays together, we're golden. We will be able to just own the left side. And if Terrence Steele comes back 100% healthy, we'll be able to own the right side. And with Biotis playing better and being a Pro Bowler last year, you have the potential to be a great offensive line that can be comfort for Dak Prescott, who can open up lanes for Tony Pollard and Ronald Jones and Deuce. But if Terrence Steele isn't healthy to start the season, if Tyron Smith goes down early, then you start having a lot of questions, and that's where you start worrying about how long will Dak be able to play. Because starting all over, the Cowboys, they lucked out into Tony Romo. They lucked out into Dak Prescott. I don't know that they're going to luck out into the next guy. So hopefully, with what the Cowboys have done, they've gotten the defense together, to me, potentially on paper, best defense since the 90s. 2007 defense was pretty good, a lot of great players. This one has potential to be a true doomsday 3 defense. But having potential and making that potential kinetic, that's a different story. We'll have to wait and see. But of course, right now, you've got all the love for the Eagles. Talking about Jalen Hurts, who ended up taking a leap last year from 61% completion percentage to 66. His passer rating for 87 to 101. His yards per game, 209 to 246. His TD as pass to TD interceptions, 16 to 9 to 22 to 6. I might say that some of the wide receiver and talent that they put around him might have helped him a little bit. But that's just me.
Lane Johnson mentioned the ascension and the evolution there in Jalen Hurts' game. Look at some of the numbers here from his 2021, where he was still a playoff quarterback, to 2022, where he was a Super Bowl quarterback and MVP runner-up. That passer rating, the touchdowns improved, the interceptions were fewer, and his passer rating certainly amongst the best in all the games. So now, as we get used to Lane Johnson referring to Shane Steichen moving on and dealing with some of the adversity that he had in college with those transitions, saying that he can overcome adversity now in the NFL. So as Brian Johnson steps in as the offensive coordinator in Philadelphia, Bucky, do you think that Jalen Hurts can take another step forward or maybe a step back in 2023?
Oh, I think he continues to be an ascending player. If you go back and look at Jalen Hurts' history, he's continued to get better and better and better each and every year. Going back to when I first saw him,
they're just more talented than you everywhere, and all those guys are pretty much coming back. 2, it's the duality of Jalen Hurts. It's not just the arm talent or the running ability. It's that he can do both, and he keeps you on your heels as a defense, which allows him, Omar, to do a lot of things. And the third part was Shane Steichen as a play caller. The way he called this offense was complemented by a lot of defensive coordinators I talked to around the league that face the Eagles. Brian Johnson does have an unbelievable relationship with Jalen Hurts, but that is the one change that is happening. We'll see what, BJ does in that seat calling it. He put this offense together with Shane Steichen and Nick Sirianni a lot during the week. Now he's going to have to shine on Sundays.
I remember.
We'll see if the Eagles are going to be better than they were last year on offense. But, of course, as we're told by Philly 500, everything that they've done, every single move is gold, and that they are literally just going to blow right on through the NFL. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. We'll be here at 5 o'clock live stream. I hope you guys join in. We'll be, of course, having the Zoom-in call. So if you are a channel member, you'll be able to join us. And it feels so good to be back here in the Man Cave. I'm Mark Holmes, and, well, you know how we roll.
Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report.
One hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is